Everybody, welcome aboard. Happy Monday evening to you. Let me get rid of one thing really quickly, and that's that. But welcome to the show. I just want to make sure there's room on the screen, real estate, to show you guys when we do a screen share and we start listing some print ads tonight. Pull up my comments. Hey, Dawn, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Queen of Canada is in here bright and early. Great to see you. CJ, how you doing, CJ? You've missed Dawn. Yeah, of course. We all miss Dawn when she's not around. Sleepers are winning out. Thank you very much. Hey, Eve, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Kevin, postcard guy, what's going on? Kevin just released a video hour or two ago, Kevin. Good stuff. Got to check it out. He kind of dabbled in some non-postcard items, which was a little bit of a surprise, but still cool. The bulk of the video was about postcards on some incredible postcards. So go check out Kevin on the Postcard Guy YouTube channel. How you doing, William? Welcome aboard. Not sure what that little maybe that's supposed to be a face, but anyway, welcome aboard. Looks like a zero with a slash. Hey, there he is, Enzo. What's going on, man? Yeah, I'm glad you're here as well. Welcome aboard, everybody. Thank you very much for coming in. We are going to be listing some ads tonight. Surprise, surprise. This episode is going to be a little bit different than the previous ones because we were doing Rolling Stone magazines, weren't we, last excuse me, the last few? I think we were. This is going back to Good Old Life magazine from 1962. I think it was in May. We'll check it out. Kind of a formality. I do like to indicate the specifics, though, just on the off chance that somebody's looking for a specific issue or something. I like to have all that, kind of transparent out there. Got some lighting things. Let's see. Hold on. I don't like when you can see like little flickery things on the screen. Hey, Susan, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, so May is 62. What's up, Blue Feather Ephemera? Greg is here. Another must-watch channel on the YouTubes. Check out Greg. He also does What Sold's videos. He did an interesting one the other day. It was kind of funny, but I'll leave that for you guys to find out. Got to check it out. Oh, it's a way for Enzo to jump on his motorcycle. There you go. Very cool. There you go, postcard guys. So this, you should have a vested interest in this issue. And for that, all jokes aside, you see what he just wrote? I've had many a buyer that literally looks for issues of magazines, drilling down to month and year for like when they were born, whether a loved one was born, to give as a birthday gift or a Christmas gift or whatever. It really is cool. So I know not everybody does that. Sometimes they'll just put 50s print ad or whatever, a 50s advertisement, and that's fine. I just like to be a little more detailed when it comes down to it, because it's not a lot of extra work for me. I write it once and I just copy and paste. So, but that's kind of a perfect example right there. People like to see that kind of stuff, right? The exact issue from the month or something that they were born. Hey, Jim, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Good to have you, man. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody new. Everybody's saying hi, getting acquainted. Good stuff, good stuff. We will dive into the fun. Just got messages coming in like crazy for some reason. Postcards as well. Had a lady at the Tampa Postcard Show looking for one postmarked the day she was born. Same, yep, makes sense. Yeah. So that's why that little bit of detail, if it's not too much of a burden on you, if you do dabble in this kind of stuff, if you have the information. There's also the people that just pick up like loose lots of ads or something, and maybe you can't get down to a specific month or even a year in some cases. Although some magazines, you'll see the header or the footer will have the actual, like Saturday Evening Post notoriously will say on the header of every single page, Saturday Evening Post, June 1941, whatever, which makes it very simple. But I understand if you're buying loose lots of ads, you don't always get the information. But the stuff I'm listing personally are from whole magazines, so it's pretty easy for me to determine as long as it has a cover. And even like you go 2, 3 pages in, you'll see like a whole bunch of details about a specific issue. And it's pretty easy to get the dating on there for it. For once, it's not you. You have month in the description. Should it go in the title? I do the same. And yeah, I don't put it in the title. I mean, I put the year, You'll see. Like it'll say 1962 Pepperidge Farms print ad or whatever, and then my description, I have the specific details. I'll say cut out from a May 1962 issue of Life magazine, and that's where I'll also put in the dimensions of the ad. 14 by 10 or whatever the dimensions are, just so again, trying to look out for the underlying buyer here, because maybe they're interested in framing it or something. So if you give them some details like that, it makes maybe a little bit easier decision, what kind of frame they want to pick up, or if they already have frames that fit that form factor. So that's really, and I'll show you when we go into the listing, just to reiterate that stuff. But yeah, that's pretty, like I said, it's easy. You do it in the description once. You put, this is from May 1962. Every page is 14 by 10. You just do it once, and then every time you do sell similar on the same thing, you don't have to keep typing it. So in the title itself, I just have the year in there, Enzo. Again, that's just me. Feel free to do whatever you want. If you want to put November 1962 right in the title, that's fine. Dawn puts the year too. What's up, Biff? How you doing? I've still never found my birthday on a postcard, but in 1973, so not really in the target. Oh, a postcard? Yeah, that would be considered a newer postcard. Chrome postcard, which I'm sure Kevin will attest to. Suddenly, Chromes are the new hot thing. Chromes are always like giveaway cards that weren't typically too valuable because they were newer, and now, suddenly that's becoming older. No offense to you, Biff, of course, but just turned 50, huh? 51. Yeah. Oh yeah, time, it goes too fast, as someone once said. Have I ever lost an ad? No. And thanks for jinxing me, Eve. I really appreciate it. No, I'm only kidding. No, I've never lost an ad. Nope. I have a pretty fail-safe system. Of course, I kiss of death, right, saying I've never lost an ad. But no, I've never had an issue. I have my stuff really organized, at least for me. And again, I do have a video all about the way I specifically, handle organization and storage of all my ads and stuff. So it doesn't really allow for a loss, thank God. I'm trying to think of a situation where I might lose on. I have done this when and I don't do it anymore. I learned the hard way, but I was cross-posting on Dawn's beloved Etsy. So I had a bunch of ads on Etsy, and once or twice it did happen to me where an ad sold on Etsy and I forgot to take it off of eBay. Shame on me completely. So in that sense, yeah, it was kind of lost, because if it's sold on eBay and I'd already sold it on Etsy, guess what? And I remember the first time it happened, I forgot it sold on Etsy, and I did think, oh my God, I lost an ad. How is this possible? I was in L127. They're all in there. Where is this ad? I remembered it sold on Etsy. And again, shame on me for that. But that's the only situation, excuse me, where I've come close to losing an ad. But again, it wasn't really a lost ad. It was just that I had already sold it. So shame on me for that one. And hello to you, Biff. Yes, please. You know what, Dawn? Thank you for the reminder. Yes, guys, if you don't mind, please leave a thumbs up if you're enjoying the content, which really is non-existent so far. We're just chatting, but that's okay. I promise we'll get into some fun shortly. It's just nice to say hi to everyone. Yeah, I know. Who'd have thunk it, right, Biff? I think we all are by the second, aren't we? 73, I was in first grade. William is from the 70s too, and will now consider yourself newer. That's right. You're a chrome human being. That's just silly. Absolutely. Glow and flow. Continental size were even selling well at the show. Chromes and linens were solid sells as well. Wow, that's interesting. IH says, Eve, is that high backwards? Enzo anticipates. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, it really does make a difference with YouTube. For whatever reason, those little thumbs up and stuff, allegedly they help push out the video to new people that might be, not have seen us before, and gives us an opportunity to bring more people to the party. So I do appreciate you guys taking a second and just leaving that little thumbs up. All right. I think we can get into it if you guys are up for that, or you want to chat a little more. How's everybody doing? How was your week? Oh, did my camera just go out, folks? Did my camera just go out? I hope you can still hear me. I might have to restart the camera. You can hear me. Take that like back, folks. Look at this guy. He's a fraud. He's got no camera going. Hold on. I'm going to reset the camera. Okay. Sorry about that. Who the heck knows why it went out? Thank you. Audio. Okay. Yeah, that's really strange. Don't know why it's not working. We'll get there, folks. We'll get there. Sorry for the delay. And I'll tell you what, if you can, everybody can still hear me, right? That's what I'm saying. I take it all back. You guys, okay, cool. You know what we might try to do? Hold on. Let's do the screen share. And if I could share the screen successfully, then we don't even need the camera, truthfully. You know what I'm saying? All right. Yeah, it looks like you could see it. Cool. Right? Everybody can see the screen? Success? Cool. All right. So, you know what? You don't have to see my mug on there. Hold on. Let me blow this up a little bit bigger. We will not be foiled by this stupid camera. Let us take down that. I wonder if there's a way to remove from stage. Hold on. You couldn't hear me then when I removed myself, huh? All right. You can hear me now, right? What a pain in the neck. I dropped audio because I went off for this. You see where it said that little black square where you see a camera? There we go. Yeah, I removed that. And I guess that took the audio away. All right. Enough with the shenanigans. Let's do some listening. Out of the gate, we have, and let me go down to what we were talking about earlier, just to show everybody. This is what I usually do. I have a link to my store, which is convenient. This, of course, presumes that people actually read this nonsense, and I know most people don't, but on the off chance that somebody might actually be intelligent enough to read a little bit and care about what they're buying, I have all these groovy details in here. I have a link to my store to go back and check out many, many other items just like this one. And this is what I was saying before, Enzo. So I'll write, take it from May 62 issue of Life. And again, there's my dimensions. Biff sold a Kodak camera or an ad, Biff? Yeah, the Kodak stuff does pretty well. All right, so that's kind of the format I have in every single description. And then this, again, is just my personal preference. Feel free to do whatever you'd like, but this is how I do it. I put the year first, and I put the product name or the company name, whatever it is, and then I write print ad. An ad, cool. Yeah, isn't that strange, William? Damn. It's okay. This actually works fine. And I could turn off all these stupid lights on my face because we don't need them. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Why didn't I think of this? Ugh. However, I'm still a little perturbed that the camera's not working. There's really no reason for it not to be working. It's lit up and says it's on. But anyway, we'll get back to that. All right, cool. So this is the first ad. It is indeed a Kodak ad, but it's for Kodak film, I think. Yes. Save on Kodak film. Stock up now. And I will also pull up the full version so you guys can see nice and clearly the full scan. But anyway, let's just go through the drill on the off chance anybody's here that's new. I think I've said the off chance like 8 times tonight. I don't really know why. But again, welcome everybody and thanks for coming in. Happy Monday night. Happy Veterans Day to everyone. Let's celebrate. We could still hear the chair. That's right. And you know what? You notice I had a silent chair for a good period of time, but unfortunately the thing was crippling my back. So we have reverted back to the squeaky chair. It's a small price to pay for less back pain, I say. All right. Kodak, notoriously, cameras in general do not have their own category. I don't know why. There's no advertising cameras, advertising film. So I've come to for me personally, I put them in household items. And then my store categories, I do have a camera film category. So obviously it goes in there. All right. So Kodak. And then down here, multicolor brand, we'll put Kodak again. Type of advertising would be a print ad. 62 is our year. It's original, United States. All the stuff we just went through with the description. All right, let's take a look at the full ad blown up here. Save on Kodak film at film service centers. Stock up now. Price includes processing. And I guess it gives you, that's pretty cool. It gives you different stores you could drop off your film. And again, this is a huge thing for me that I really love to try to achieve, if at all possible, on every ad I list, is we now potentially could be attracting people that like to collect department store advertising, which there are many. You got unused coupons here, which are kind of cool too, that expire a few years ago when Kevin was born, actually. And then you collect the Kodak, the film buff, the camera buff, and you also potentially you have an opportunity to market to these people that might be into the old stores. And again, you tell me, guys, I don't know where this magazine was from, like what area of the country, but for me personally, I don't know any of these stores. I've never heard of them. Loblaws, I don't even know those. Victory Markets. You guys familiar with these? Any of these still exist? Hey, Steven, how you doing? Don't know why, but suddenly and recently, a lot of feedback has been exceptionally more positive than usual, and buyers really appreciating the ad they purchased and citing the reason they purchased. That's talk about fantastic information for you as a seller, right? The reason why they chose to purchase from you. I think that could be really beneficial for you. That's great. Great to hear, Steven, and welcome to the show. Getting back to postcards just for a minute, and again, I'm sure Kevin will back me on this. The postcard buyer, so many, if not all of my postcards that I've sold, and I haven't sold that many because I'm only doing it maybe 2 years, but I think pretty much without exception, postcard buyers could be the kindest group of people collectively that I sell to. They almost always leave really nice feedback. They're cool, even if they like message me beforehand or make offers. They're very considerate. It's an amazing group of people, and I guess it just speaks to the type of people that are interested in collecting those things. And I think the print ad buyer is sort of similar. I have really positive experiences with them as a whole. I've never had, again, kiss of death, but I've never had a negative, never had a return, save for one, which we've talked about several times, where a lady bought an ad, she loved it, and her husband said he didn't like it, and he made her return it. It's the only return I've ever had on a print ad. I've never had a return on a postcard. I've never had a negative or a neutral or anything on anything, actually, but certainly not in the paper stuff. It just seems to be really good people, and people that really, again, I'm not going to, I sell clothing now in a different store and it's doing well. Obviously the clothing return rate, all that kind of stuff is incredibly high compared with these collectible folks. The people that are collecting stuff, they just kind of know what they want. And as long as you're honest up front about condition and all that stuff, which we are obviously with these scans, I mean, look at how close you can get in. Same thing with the postcards, with the duplex scanner and stuff. Like any flaws or anything like that are very evident. And the people, they just kind of know what they want. And they're satisfied when they buy it. They're not going to say, oh, this ad didn't meet my expectations, I want to return it. It just doesn't happen. Loblaws is a Canadian grocery chain. Very cool. Yeah, Dawn, what you were saying about liking to hear why people buy stuff, I think that's great too. Yes, and Kevin is not expired. Thank God for that, right? Yeah, 80 to 90% feedback. Yeah, I love that stuff too. It's tremendous, man. They're really good people. As long as they don't expect to get the actual item in the ad. Well, correct, Biff, correct. And we've all waxed poetic about that stuff. It does happen, unfortunately. I can't believe it, but it does happen. All right. Look at this. Kodak and Polaroid Land are registered trademarks. Are all these Canadian stores, Dawn? Maybe you could ask your mom if she's familiar with any of these. Like maybe they don't exist anymore or whatever, but that's pretty cool to know. So maybe it's a Canadian The magazine might have been, the origins in Canada. It's possible. You can't see the ad? Why can't you see the ad? Hold on. Why can't you see the ad? You only see eBay. Oh, here I am looking at this ad all proud, and you guys can't even see it. Hold on. Let's figure out why. Something's wacky here, folks. What is going on? Let's figure this out. We're presenting the whole screen. I'll redo it. Present. How frustrating is this? Entire screen. So if I'm sharing the whole screen, how do you not see? All right, now you should see eBay full screen. There we go. Okay, you see the whole screen now, right, folks? And now you should see the ads. There we go. And now you should see the Kodak ad. As I wait for YouTube to catch up. Yep, there you go. All right, you see it, everybody? There you go, Dawn. Check out those. It looks like there's 4 different stores mentioned. Victory Markets, Colonial Stores, and Albers. You should be able to see all that now, right? Cool. Looks good. Thank you. Very good. Very good. Everybody can see it. Thank you. Yeah, you see, it's pretty cool. You got the coupons at the bottom. You've got the 4 different stores, of which maybe Dawn can confirm or deny the existence of these places. Just low blows. Okay. Pretty cool. But you see what I mean now, guys, about, you got to get collectors of Kodak and film and cameras and all that. And then potentially you might get, what if somebody's, a diehard Victory Markets collector for whatever reason? And you might laugh, but trust me. And again, Kevin, back me up. People collect everything. It's insane. All right. So let's go back to the listing. And we will put coupon. Let's put Loblaws. Grocery store, since that seems to be the one that everybody's speaking of with some sense of familiarity. Stock up. Film Service Center, I'll put that. There we go. Steven sold a 50s wristwatch ad based on the buyer's feedback. You sent an email to state it was an ad, did not hear back, and yesterday got positive feedback. Thought it was a return. Yeah, right. You brace when you hear that weird sound, that wobbly sound. It's almost always bad news. Good stuff. Good stuff. Somebody thought they were getting a wristwatch for $20, right? All right, let's list this first one. Sorry for the technical nonsense. Don't know what's going on, but we will rise above, folks. We'll rise above. Unburdened, as they say. All right, there's one down. We do have another Kodak ad, and this one, I don't remember if it's film or camera, is a 2 pages. So when there's a 2-page ad, I just put the word 2-page in bold type in the title itself. Then I scroll down here, and in my condition description, I again say 2 pages. Actually, let me just fix my asterisks here. I put 2 separate pages, if that's the case, which the vast majority of my 2 pages are separate pages. There you go. Eve sold a postcard pull-out fan, and the buyer said her father-in-law, I guess that means, owned the store King Furniture in South Carolina. Really? Very cool. That's fantastic. Cap Guy. What is going on, man? Great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, man. Long time no hear. Welcome aboard. I've sold many a cap guy since last we've spoke. Came into a collection from a friend's dad had passed away. I guess it was last October actually. And I don't know, I got like 50 different hats, all different types. Sold maybe 25 of them so far, all free. A lot of learning involved with the stuff, but definitely a good thing to be into. I'm assuming you still sell them. But welcome aboard, man. All right. So anyway, 2-page on this one. I just want to make sure I have all that stuff done. And then we will upload our 2-pager, which is down here. It says Fun Savers from Kodak. Right there. Good. You quit eBay, took Social Security, and still saw some. Took down 7,000 eBay items. Why? Was there any specific reason, man? Did something drive you off the platform? Or you just got tired of it? And of course, I pull in the wrong ad. That's kind of funny. This would be the one. I agree, Stephen, 100%. Yeah, as long as you're accurate in the description, you deliver on time, all that kind of stuff. You know, you can't be held accountable for delays from the post office, all that kind of stuff. But even that, if you can get ahead of it, I mean, I make a habit. It might be overkill, but I do make a habit, especially this time of year, between now and January or so. I'll make a habit sometimes of going in and checking the stuff that I've shipped to make sure it was in fact delivered, especially postcards because of the standard envelope things. Once in a while, stuff does get lost or isn't reported as received, delivered. So I go in and I proactively check sometimes. And if I see something's running late and hasn't been delivered, if I could at all help it, I'll try to send a message out to the buyer. You know, first of all, thanking them for the purchase and then saying, hey, I noticed, with the tracking, it looks like it hasn't been delivered yet. I'll say something like, please let me know once it's arrived safe and sound. I'll keep an eye on it. And you'd be amazed. Like you could, mitigate a lot of issues down the road if you're proactive and you try to get ahead of stuff like that. It's not always feasible if you're selling tons of items every day, but especially just, certain things to look out for. Delays in shipping could always, the buyer should obviously understand it's not you as the seller that screwed this up, provided you provide your tracking as you promise, the next day or the same day, whatever your business policy is as it pertains to shipping stuff. But provided that you've done that, you've done your end, once it's out of your hands, it's at the post office hand. And 9 times out of 10, they do a great job. When you think about the volume, they really do a great job. But obviously, volume increases drastically now in this last quarter and into January. And again, I just like to get ahead of stuff like that. Should give a gander, make sure everything's delivered. Go into my sent folder and make sure stuff gets delivered. And if I do see a delay, I try to go in there and be aggressive and just say something like I said, sorry about the delay. I'll keep an eye on it. And your odds on getting a negative at that point or having a disappointed buyer are extremely low. Whereas if you just ignore it and then ignore their, even worse, if they send a message, hey, I haven't received it yet, even though it's not your job anymore, you've done your job, you've washed your hands, I still like to be polite and say I'll check in or whatever, I'll monitor it on my end, something like that. That just gives them that kind of, an ease, so they're not worried about it. All right, guys, on this second one, 2-pager, Fun Savers for 62. Now, this is cool. It's some regular photo cameras and some 8mm movie cameras. So we'll take a look at all these. So this is going to be cameras for sure. So we'll change that. Everything else, I think we can pretty much leave the same, right? We're still in household. We're still in cameras. We're still a Kodak. Beautiful. I do charge more with 2 pages because it's 2 pages. It's only fair. $194. There we go. Cap guy. You have UPS pension and took Social Security, decided to enjoy life and not work 7 days a week. Nothing wrong with that, man. God bless. That's awesome. And happy Veterans Day to you, sir. Happy Veterans Day. Hope you enjoy your time. All right, let's take a look at the full ad now. I'm pretty confident you'll be able to see it all. There we go. All right, Fun Savers from 62. And here's all the different cameras you can Pretty cool. You got a picnic. You got like a fisherman's hat. You got an air travel. You got road travel. You got tennis anyone. Oh, badminton, I should say, right? You got some yachting. You got some fun in the sun and the sand. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Dawn is always pleased when someone says exactly as described. Yeah, absolutely. Me too. I take pride in that. I take pride in when they mention something about, that it was mailed securely or safely or packaged well, something like that. I like all that stuff. It might be cheesy, but it just reinforces that you're doing a good job. And I like that. It gives you motivation to keep doing, even though I would do it without the feedback. And obviously, you guys can probably, if Mark was in, he might come in later, but Mark is an analytics kind of guy. You could probably do a report or something and see what percentage of your sales, how many people actually leave feedback. It's probably less than half the people. But I always appreciate it when it's received. I really do. I think it looks good. Impressions mean a lot to me. Makes your day when you get feedback like that, says Steven. Love when the buyer acknowledges the packaging effort. Absolutely, me too. Well, better than describe. Yeah, there you go. Yep, agreed wholeheartedly on all counts. Well, you want to take a look at the camera? Anybody interested in cameras? This is kind of, look at how wide that is. That's pretty cool. New, easy to hold shape, helps you get sharper pictures. 3-element f8 lens. So you got the Brownie Super 27. Obviously, we won't be able to list all of these different types of cameras in a wee little title of 80 characters, but about 130, say, Biff? Yeah, that's probably reasonable. It's unfortunate, right? But what are you going to do? You got 35 millimeter. You got the slide projector. You just got good old film. And these are nice. You got the Kodak Zoom 8 automatic camera. I remember these when I was little. This is like, they were silent, of course. And I remember like at birthday parties and stuff, you used to see, they make that da-da sound. Mrs. Flippett, how you doing, honey? Guess what Mrs. Flippett is doing? If it's 7:30 on a Monday, Mrs. Flippett could be doing only one thing. She's doing cookies, folks. That's what she's doing. It is cookie mania here in our house. So you got the standard 8. I guess this doesn't have zoom capability, and then you got the super zoom here. Handsome collection of cameras, I think. It's a nice looking ad. And I like the, all the different types of activities one can do. Maybe keyword product line. Yeah, that's a good one. Yes, Dawn enjoys cookies. C is for cookie. That's good enough for Dawn. Yeah, I like that, Biff. That's a good suggestion. Yeah, product line, right? Rather than you can't itemize all. I mean, you could really if you wanted to. And here I could write them all out, but I think that's unnecessary. All right, but we can do fun savers. What do you think? Summertime activities, maybe? Because it's May, right? The issue's for May. I do like product line, though. You know what? We could do that I'm sure everybody knows this, but for those who might not, you click this, show more. You can add an item, customize specific. So you could put like, what would we put? I like product line as the value. What should we put that? What would you call this category? Camera type, maybe? Camera type. Let's do that. Product line. So then you've created your own custom specific. And then, if somebody's checking that out, you will pop up. You could pretty much put anything you'd like. It's a free form field. It's just nice to put another specific in there that you think might be appropriate that maybe isn't mentioned or isn't one of the canned options. All right. I like that one very much. Maybe I'll put Super 8 just because I think that's a keyword. That's good. All right. There's another one down, folks. There's Dawn Food. Speaking of cookies, no problem. Enjoy your meal, Dawn. Speaking of cookies, how are the cookies coming along, honey? Oh, okay, no problem. I appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us. Hope your mom's doing well. Speaking of food, we have a lot of cool food ads in here too. Let's make sure there's no more camera ads, because if there is, I'd like to try to knock them all out. I think that was the only two. Got a Zippo lighter. Zippo lighter ads do really well. Zippo lighter is one of the ones that you could fall prey to people thinking they're buying a Zippo lighter, because again, there's no real Zippo lighter advertising category, but there is a Zippo lighter collectible category. And if you put it in there, there's an opportunity that, somebody might think they're buying a 60-year-old lighter for, $14, which is highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. You just got done flooding. Very good. On all of them? Stephen, any vets tonight? You served the Navy. Well, thank you very much, Stephen, and very happy Veterans Day to you, sir. I know, yes, Cap Guy, Navy officer, I believe. If he's still here, I hope he's still here. He might be out having fun now that he's retired. I don't know. But if he's still watching or listening, I know minimally we have two vets. If anybody else wants to speak up and proudly declare that they're a veteran, feel free to. My dad was a Vietnam combat vet in 1966. He might be watching too upstairs. He's been watching the news all day. They are decorative ones. Half sharp. Yep. She's doing like a basic pumpkin decoration. Not Halloween anymore, obviously, because we're over a week out, but like just a pumpkin with some writing on it, I think. For tonight, it's like 40 cookies. But then we have lots of Christmas orders that are coming up for the duration of this month. Kevin's son is U.S. Coast Guard. Very good, man. Congratulations. Very cool. We have food, we have drink, we have cigarettes, we have cars. I think that's pretty much it tonight. As far as like category, we have the appliance here. Sure, we have a lighter. So we'll do the lighter and the cigarettes together. We'll do cars together. We'll do beverages together, and we'll do food together. Greg, an Air Force vet. Congratulations and happy Veterans Day to you too, sir. Look at this. Just chock full of vets tonight. Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Popeye, of course, if he's watching or coming in. John, Popeye's postcards. Also a Navy gentleman. Naval, what do you call them? I don't know if he's an officer. Member of the Navy? What do you call it? I'm describing this very lamely. I apologize, folks, but he was in the Navy. How about we just say that? Anybody else, speak up proudly if you choose to. All right, what should we do, folks? Let's go food. Let's go food. And since we have the 2-page set up, we'll do the 2-page food ad, which is for hot dogs. A sailor. There you go. See? I was overcomplicating things, man. Just say a sailor. He was a sailor. There you go. I like it. Simplicity is a beautiful thing. This is just funny. Like, you'll see a lot of ads for various products from years gone by, basically saying how sugar is great for you for energy, and hot dogs are excellent nutrition and provide much needed protein, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of funny. Ring around the rosy looks like we're going on. All right, but anyway, let's check this out. This is Swift's Premium Franks. Hot dogs, Frankfurters, all kind of interchangeable. Swift's Premium Franks. Let's get out of household finally, and we will go to other food and beverage. Sure, that works for me. Or a sailor man. Toot toot. All right, original. We have Swift's Premium. Print ad. 62. Okay, everything else is the same. We're going to keep the premium on the pricing because you are getting 2 pages after all. And let's take a look at this one. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Keeping fit for America with Frankfurters. Meat power, baby. Meat power and Franks. Complete high quality meat protein. I don't know. If you could see my face, I'd have the eyebrow raised because I question that. I question the quality of hot dog meat. But anyway. Also, abundant food energy, iron, phosphorus, and the key B vitamins, thiamine, riboflavin, and niacin to help maintain a good, healthy appetite. Feed them Franks, folks. Freedom Franks. Look at that, 107 years already at that point. I'm not saying they're not tasty, especially on a summer day. You know what I mean? A grilled Frank, good thing, but let's be honest, far from health food. I think we could all agree on that. Here's where I'm going to put the different variants of Franks, right? Hot dogs. Yeah, exactly, Dawn. The word meat should be in quotes when it comes to a hot dog. God only knows. Should we put ring around the rosy? How do you spell ring around the rosy? R-O-S-I-E? Let's go to the Google, folks. Ring around. Yep, I spelled it right. I could proudly say I have never in my life on eBay wrote the words ring around the rosy. So first time for everything. And I'm glad it was tonight in front of all you fine folks. And again, thanks everybody for coming in tonight. If you have not yet left a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it if you had a second. If you could do that for me so we can maybe push this video out to some new people and let them know, hey, there's a party going on here. We'll listen to Frankfurter ads. I think that's pretty good. Stephen just recently found a picture of his grandfather on the USS Georgia in 1907, which was part of the Great White Fleet. You're now looking for White Fleet memorabilia. There you go. Yeah, it's very cool. And guess what? If we had a White Fleet print ad, you'd be finding it. All right, let's list that one. Nice, easy one there. Yeah, that is super cool, man. What else we got? We have another couple of 2 pages. I didn't really want to jump to different categories, but then again, that's okay. We'll stick with food. So that one's done. I see everybody remembers Howard Johnson's. We used to stop at Howard Johnson's all the time on the rides to Florida, and they had a little restaurant with the orange roof and like that blue, almost like a church steeple. I'm sure you guys remember Howard Johnson's. Oh my goodness, and I'm sorry about the creaking. I know it's annoying, but deal with it. Food. Let's go to A&P. What do we got at the old A&P? Take away the 2-page designation. Back to single pages. Let me fix this one. And we'll go back to the pricing for a single ad. And thanks to all you guys, to anybody who did see it. I hope you all did. I released a video on Friday. It was a what's sold style video, but it was all ads. It was like 22, something like that, 22, 23 ads that had all sold for good money. Like the first one was like $80, and then it went down to like $12. But the video did pretty well for the videos that I released recently anyway. So I appreciate everybody taking the time to check that out. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. Really, the only purpose of that for me is to inspire everybody, to show you that there's, really good value in some of them. There's a lot of like meat and potato, as we would say, items that sell for $10, $15, whatever. And then there's the kind of the special ads that sell for really, really good money. So check out that video if you haven't checked it out. And leave comments, share it out. The ashes were supposed to represent the cremated bodies of those who died from the Great Plague, and the falling down meant, falling down dead. Yes. Your father always talked about your grandfather being on the USS Georgia, but just recently had a relative come up with some photos of him on the ship. That's really cool. Really, really nice. Let's see. This is Ann Page Dressings. Here's a quandary. Here's something we could definitely talk about. A&P, right? Atlantic and Pacific is what it stands for. A very popular supermarket. We had them growing up all over the place in New York. The thing is this an ad for... No, I don't think this is the ad for A&P. The ad is for Ann Page mayonnaise, right? Then it talks about like recipes and stuff. Sampan salad, whatever that is. Again, this is an ad with a lot of bang for the buck. You have people that, believe it or not, do collect recipes on ads. So you got that. You got people that might be collecting this Ann Page dressing, which I'm not familiar with. You got people that might collect the A&P supermarket stuff. So again, mission accomplished where we're trying to attract multiple collector groups with one ad. It increases the likelihood of a sale, because you're not just trying to sell or market to one, collector group. You have 2 or 3 in this one again. So I'm going to go with Ann Page dressing as our title. We'll stick in the same. I think we'll stay in the same category. Let's see if there's anything for mayonnaise. No, we'll stay right there. That's fine. We'll change this to Ann Page. Anybody out there familiar with Ann Page dressings? I am not. But it is sometimes a regional thing, like Dawn and whoever else, I think it was Kevin, pointed out the fact that supermarket chain was Canadian. What is it called? Sampan. How do you say this? Hold on. Sampan salad. So I'm going to put salad recipe. I'm going to put AMP supermarket. And just like we mentioned earlier, kind of attracting all these different. It's a store brand. Yeah, it does have AMP in it, doesn't it? Sold at AMP. There you go. So it's like their No Frills brand, like Pathmark used to have No Frills. Groovy. I love it. I think we hit all the sold only at AMP. Yeah, that makes sense. Proprietary, right? Guarantee unique flavor. That's kind of like hyperbole, right? I think that's good, what we have in there. Nice. There's another one down, folks. We're knocking them down at a decent clip. A lot of good conversation in between. All right, so that's another food ad. I think we have at least 1 or 2 more. So let's do those. There's the beer with the real gusto, Schlitz. All right, let's do the Howard Johnson. Big fan. Man, I haven't eaten at a Howard Johnson in probably 45 years. I was going to say 40 years. It's longer than that. What's up, Swan Picker? How you doing? Welcome aboard. We are doing 1962 print ads from Life magazine, Swan Picker. Welcome. Thanks for joining. We are up to Howard Johnson's, which used to have a hotel and a restaurant, at least when I was going to them. So I'm curious if we just put burgers at Woolworth. Sure. Enzo, on Staten Island, when I was 18. Yeah, freshman year of high school, 18, 19. Not high school. Yeah, that's funny. Freshman year of college, 18, 19. I worked in a Kmart restaurant. We used to have a restaurant in our Kmart. I think Woolworths did too, but I was a short order cook at a Kmart restaurant in New Dorp on Staten Island. So yes, I remember fondly when department stores like that used to have little restaurants inside. Don't wants the milkshake. Yeah, that does look pretty delicious, doesn't it? Hojo's, yep. Let's see I'm curious to see if it comes up as like a hotel or restaurant. Restaurants. All right, yeah, we'll do restaurants. And we will do print ad, and we will change that to Howard Johnson. Howard Johnson's. The hotels driving to Florida in the 70s were Howard Johnson's and, of course, your Holiday Inns. They were the ones. Yeah, that is a stellar-looking milkshake. It's actually a very yummy-looking steak, too. Look at that. And speaking of hot dogs, I think I got like some clam strips. We'll blow this up so we can take a look. Oh, look at that. That's what I was telling you. That looks like a church steeple almost. Blue and like the orange roof. You can see these things for miles, and my sister and I would scream, "Can we go to Howard Johnson's?" Howard Johnson's. I'll put restaurant. And let's take a look at this one blown up so we can take a look at all this yummy food. What are we thinking? Clam strips there? Little clam strip platter. Some crinkle cut fries. Flies. Speaking of hot dogs, a well-charred bun, little relish going, it looks like. Restaurants and motor lodges. Landmark for hungry Americans, indeed. And for Dawn, look at that shake. That's a healthy 14 scoops of ice cream on top of your strawberry shake because you need that. It's like a nice charred steak right there. Again, the crinkle cut fries. Why do I keep saying flies? Freudian slip, maybe. Ice cream float, Enzo, sure. 62 was the Jacques Pepin era. What does that mean? Is that like the chef or something? Or I don't know who Jacques Pepin is. Or Pepin. Kevin managed a Newberry's and an H&L Greens 5 and 10 store back in the day. We had a luncheonette. Yeah, luncheonette. That's the word, Kevin. Did you grow up in Jersey, Kevin? I think you said you did in Jersey. I don't know if you were in South Jersey or North Jersey, but do you remember Two Guys? The department store Two Guys? And William misses a malted milkshake. I could go tell me who couldn't go for this right now? You got to admit that looks ridiculously good. This whole thing looks delicious right now. I'm going clam strips with this one. I'm not positive, but I'm thinking, let's take a look. You know what I mean? They're all kind of different shapes. It's got to be clam strips, right? Not so fast, Joni. What is going on? Again, one of the finest names out there. I love that nickname. Good evening to you as well. Thank you so much for coming in and checking out the show. We are listing ads, Joni, just to catch up from a Life magazine in May of 1962. And we have reached the point in the show where our mouths are watering, checking out this Howard Johnson's ad. Oh, you're on the Jersey Shore. Bought your albums at Two Guys. Yeah, we used to have a Corvettes. I don't know if you guys have Corvettes. In Staten Island, we had Corvettes. That's where I used to buy all my albums. Bradley Shore came on. Two Guys. Yep. Oh, the Galamad. I was going to say that too, but there's no way at Howard Johnson's they're serving fried Galamad. You know what I'm saying? Had some of that a couple of days ago. I had some of that, Enzo. It's hit or miss. You know what I mean? You can't have the chewy nonsense, the rubber band. When it's really fresh, oh, my God. Two Guys. Clovis. He was getting homesick. And Bradley's was an institution around here too. And Jersey was. Stephen, the picture of your grandfather in USS Georgia 1907 is amazing. And to think he was only 18 years old, hard to imagine. Never met your grandfather. He passed away a year before you were born. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's got to be clam strips, right? All right. So at this point, we're just laying down the different types of food in no specific order. But I mean, we really should consider the order, right? Because the closer to the front, this is what the stuff of legend potentially, but I think it's true. You want to put your more powerful keywords at the front of your title. So let's say what's the most potent? I'm going to go milk. I love malted milkshake. Show me that. Do we know if it's malted though? We'll just go milkshake. We'll go steak. We'll go clam strips just because of the novelty of them. And we'll go hot dog. What do you think about that? Oh, please. If it's fried and you got some cocktail sauce to dunk it in, right, William? It's going to be tasty going down. I love some clam strips. Oh, man. I know, right? Loaded with salt. Oh. Like in all seriousness, folks, I would everything except I'm not a hot dog guy. Short of the hot dog, give me everything else on this page right now. One order of fries will do. I don't need an order of fries for each, but give me a nice steak with a T-bone going right there. CJ sold a Howard Johnson's clamberry dinner ad last week. Diabetes, that's for sure, patient picker. And welcome to the show. Yeah, you don't want to get diabetes. My mother says diabetes. Everybody used to say diabetes. And Dawn's always up for a wiener. So they say. We had two chances to put a wiener in there, but fell short on both instances. All right, that is a really cool ad. Mouth-watering stuff on there. All junk, but again, we say it's junk, but relative to the stuff they serve today, is this really junk? That's a nice steak. I mean, granted, yes, that's obscene. Look at that. That's like 5 scoops of ice cream on top of a milkshake. Joni likes Friendlies. Yeah, Friendlies is a poor man's Howard Johnson's, I guess. Then, of course, and we've talked about this in previous episodes, Farrell's Ice Cream Shop. That was a good place. Speaking of milkshakes and hot dogs and all that stuff. All right. And for those of you who are just joining us saying, why is there a black box in the corner of the screen? That would be the ill-fated attempt to have myself on camera. For whatever reason, my camera crapped out on us 10 minutes into the show. So we're just going to keep on trucking. As long as you can hear me and you can see the screen, that's what matters. Yes, Joni and those Farrells. Dairy Queen. Patient Pickle. We have a Dairy Queen a mile from our house. That was Carvel was the big thing in New York. Carvel. But we had Dairy Queens too. Frank Carvel. Cookie Puss. Used to serve a ice cream cake called Cookie Puss. All right. Food is all but done. Do we have more food? Look around, folks. You guys see any more food? We see drinks. We see cigarettes. We see cars. What else do we see? We see lighters. Yeah, I think that's it for the food. Oh, please, Eve, you go for a parfait at Carvel's. Oh, the only birthday cake I will accept or eat, because I'm not really a cake guy, despite the fact that Mrs. Flippett is a legendary baker, and she does make a delicious cake. I'm not a cake person. I'm not a fan of cake per se. However, a Carvel ice cream cake for your birthday with the chocolate crunchies in the middle. A few things are better on this planet. Let's be honest. Dairy Queen, hard to find in Pittsburgh. Yeah, I'm not sure about out there, but I was surprised to see, I met my wife in this general area south of Philadelphia, and that's where we live now. And I had not seen a Dairy Queen in a long, long time until we moved to this area. And like I said, about a mile away, Dairy Queen. Got to have the crunchies, Joni. Yeah, Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors, right? They make a good ice cream cake, but Carvel. Got to have a Carvel. New York System hot wieners from Rhode Island. I am not familiar. Tell us all about those, Stephen. But yes, Joni, you have to have the crunchies, absolutely. Even walk 2 miles to get to go to a Carvel, absolutely. We used to have several of them within walking distance, honestly, growing up. And they still have, around here, I hope they still have it around the country, but they have Carvel ice cream cakes in virtually any supermarket you go to now. They're typically like in a freezer section by themselves, Carvel ice cream cakes, different sizes. They have like a Carvel cake for one. They have a family-sized version. Circles, squares, rectangles, everything in between. You can decorate them. Delicious. William Patton Oswald did a hilarious sketch about the guy, Frank Carvel. He's like, he talked like this, Frank Carvel. He looked like an OTB guy, like a guy that would be betting on the horses with the cigar. Cookie Puss. Remember Cookie Puss? Eve and Joni? All right. Let's go into the wonderful world of beverages. We'll go to Pepsi Cola because it's Pepsi Cola. I also want to point out when we blow this one up, hopefully you see the consistency here. The pages in this specific magazine are just like pristine. They're all really clean. Fudgy the Whale, exactly, Enzo, just like Cookie Puss. Yep. Terrible commercials. They used to have local TV commercials. They were like so cheesy. But God, my mouth would water. Cookie Puss doesn't ring a bell for Joni. Yeah, Fudgy the Whale. Yep. Yeah, his voice was hysterical. You had a hot dog shop near the University of Pittsburgh. It was called the Original Hot Dog. The kids called it the Dirty O for various reasons. Cool, cool. And again, tell me who couldn't go for a nice Carvel, a nice slice, a hearty slice of a Carvel birthday cake right now. All right, Pepsi, we got a golf game. We got a young couple. What's there not to love in this one? Let's find our category first. Pepsi, I'm pretty positive, has its own category. There it is. Soda, Pepsi, advertising, print. That's the winner. We'll switch my store category from food to beverage. Although there are probably more than a few people that would live on soda. Maybe they consider it a food. My wife's best friend being one of those people. An absolute sodaholic. Printed. Again, welcome into anybody coming in. It is 8 o'clock here on the East Coast. Happy Veterans Day. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Pull up a chair. Help me list some print ads. Pepsi, Cola. So we got golf, right? Put golf club, young couple. Oh, that's funny. It says for those who think young. Must have been a little slogan. The swing is on. Today people are finding new interests, putting more life in their leisure. This is thinking young. Say Pepsi, please. Pepsi, please. Yep. I'll just pull this one up to be consistent so we can, you never know. Sometimes you blow them up and you find things you might not have found. There's like a little scorecard there, and you got Frank and Dottie. My grandmother's name was Dorothy, but my grandfather used to call her Dottie. I miss my grandpa. Love the bottle. Look at the, like, that. It's not really etched glass, but you know what I mean? Those like swirls in there. And yes, all beverages taste better in glass than plastic. It's really not debatable. Anything else anybody could think of? Yellow bow? No, that's not a bow. What do you call that? Yellow band. It's an iron. We know it's an iron, for what it's worth. Golf. We got the glove on. How are they shooting tonight? How are they shooting? Doing good? Frank and Dottie. Yes, tastes good. And it doesn't have that plasticky taste, you know? It just doesn't. It definitely seems to be colder. Same could be said for milk. For those of you who remember when the milkman used to come and deliver. When I was a kid, we still had a milkman, believe it or not. My mom would leave this like metal thing out on the stoop, we call it. It's like a porch, and they would fill it up with glass bottles of milk with that little cap that made like a suction noise when you opened it. 3 wood. That's not an iron. Biff's going with the 3 wood. I think we're going to play it safe and just say a golf club. You just had your first sale in close to a week. Sorry about that, but you're very welcome, William. Safe to say you left a thumbs up, so I appreciate that, and thanks for hanging out with us. Carbell, the ice cream place, sold the Cookie Puss and the Whale. Yes, that's what we were just saying, Stephen. You had Cookie Puss was the one of them, and yeah, Fudgy the Whale was that was like the 2 character cakes they made. They were just ice cream cakes. The drivers were small then. Hey now, Enzo. Hey now. All right. That's a pretty cool ad. You got we got Pepsi and we got golf. People that collect Pepsi, people that collect golf stuff. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. The wood clubs are called persimmon. Interesting. Dawn's going to be in her glory between the wieners, and now you got the swingers, and now to throw it all over the edge, Dawn. Brace yourself. We got the ultimate soda. The one and only Squirt. Joni, you took some things down for the State Fair on one of your magazines in 1938. Pictorial Review won a first place. Wow, congratulations. You made a micro crochet dolly. Oh, doily. And it won't stop. My goodness, I'm sorry. I can't read. It's too far away. I need glasses, and I just hate wearing them. Topping category. How fun is that? That's incredibly cool, Joni. Congratulations. First time entering anything. When in doubt, be like Dawn and add Wiener to the title. I mean, if you got Squirt and Wiener and what was the other one? But you laugh. However, these off-brand sodas and stuff with like knee-high, things that don't exist or are hard to find. Big collector base for this stuff. We'll see if it says cola or soda. I think it's like lemon lime, but we'll take a look. Look at this. Soda Squirt. It has its own category, folks. And then we don't have to put that in. Just have to fill out print ad again for some nonsensical reason. All right. Let's take a look at this one. And why there's a bunch of cowboys standing there, I don't know. We're going to have to definitely dig deep. When taste grows up, Squirt shows up. That's funny. Kid with the lollipop. Guy with the lollipop. Is it lemon lime, folks? Let's take a look. Squirt is not sweet. Citrus fruit in the very costliest kind. Basically like a 7-Up or a Sprite sort of a thing, I guess. So I'm not going to put cola. I'm going to put soda. This is definitely not a cola. Grapefruit. Is it grapefruit, Biff? Joni, don't want to cut the magazine up. It's a blue ribbon wiener. Very funny, very funny. You kids are witty. Let me just tell you, I have the wittiest crew in this show. Yes, that was very Dawn of you, Joni. Well done. Is it grapefruit, Biff? Because I'll dive right into that. So what is basically the idea of this when taste grows up? Okay, so we're going to put cowboys when taste grows up. We got to put the lollipop in there, right? It is grapefruit flavored. Okay, thank you, guys. Maybe I'll put Squirt grapefruit soda then. Sorry for the spelling. Wiki has confirmed. Good. Not that the knowledge has ever been in question, by the way. I just didn't know that, so I appreciate that. Thank you. And I want to get rid of that little bit of edge showing. That's just from my scan. The ad is perfectly fine. Boom. Presentation is everything. Where's our resident Rhode Island crew, folks? You want to explain what that is for the benefit of those of us who are not from Rhode Island, Stephen? Beautiful little state, though. I had the pleasure of playing in Newport, Rhode Island many a time. They have a nice little strip of like clubs and stuff. That's pretty much my knowledge of Rhode Island is Newport, where John F. Kennedy got married. Went to that church. It was right up the street from the clubs we played in. Very nice town. Very wealthy town. Beautiful bridge heading into there. A lot of yachts and whatnot out there. All right, so that's a very interesting little soda there. Do we have any more soda ads? We do. No, that's not soda. That's lemonade. That cool, refreshing drink. Weiler's Drinks Mix. So we're going to put Weiler's Lemonade. Carvel used the same baking pan for a dozen different cakes. Oh, I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. It's tasty. Really tasty product, though, man. My father-in-law's birthday is Halloween, which was, what, 10 days, 12 days ago? Something like that. Oh, wow, it went fast. Whatever. On Halloween, we went over to his house, and sure enough, we had a Carvel ice cream cake for a birthday cake. Delicious. Weiler's Lemonade Mix. Mix in a minute. The sugar's right in it. Lots of lively, pure lemon juice flavor. All hands up for those who enjoy lemonade, that cool, refreshing drink. Makes a quart. I saw it now. Sugar, right. And I do this a lot. When there's not much to say, I'll just kind of borrow a lot of the stuff that's actually written on the ad itself. Just pull some of the lines, like I just, sugar right in it, makes a quart. Just helps fill in some characters there. I hate to you got 80 to play with. You might as well use as many as you can, as long as they're relevant. I don't want to just populate it with a bunch of junk. But and you can see they make different type of drink mixes: strawberry, lemonade, cherry, raspberry, grape, orange. Basically just powdered sugar, folks. Weiler and Company, division of Borden Company. Say, ding, 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 ding. So we could put Borden in there. Yeah, the straw is kind of nice, isn't it? All right, who's my old-time New York people or Northeast people? You guys remember a Lime Ricky? There's a drink called a Lime Ricky, and of course an egg cream, chocolate egg cream. I was talking with my kids about a chocolate egg cream yesterday. Enzo, talk to me. Egg cream. They make them in Brooklyn. You don't mind lemonade if there's no pulp, but most lemonade has pulp. Enzo loves the egg cream. Come on. And what's the official syrup, chocolate syrup of an egg cream, Enzo? There's only one answer. It is the best. Absolutely delicious. So good that I vowed on the way home last night, and yet we forgot. I was going to go pick up. You go Bosco. There's another acceptable, very acceptable. You Bet. You Bet chocolate syrup. You could go Hershey's, of course. You can't really go wrong, but yeah, Bosco or You Bet. One of the most delicious things. Dawn, I know you have no knowledge of an egg cream. I don't expect you to, but Derby Hat, that's a good one. Yep, You Bet. Absolutely, Enzo. An egg cream, no egg in it, by the way, Dawn. I don't know why it's called an egg cream. It's basically chocolate milk with club soda. You just get some You Bet chocolate syrup with some, is it seltzer or club soda? Seltzer water and some, you can put a little milk in there and you mix it up. You Bet is the classic, yeah. Seltzer, yep. And Susan put Bosco in your milk as a child in California. Cool. Delicious, guys. I know most people probably don't. I think it's a very New York thing because I never heard of it anywhere else. But there's two different drinks. A Lime Ricky is kind of like that. It looks like this. They used to serve it like that with a green straw, actually. And an egg cream. Kevin, familiar with the egg cream? Bosco is George Costanza's ATM pin. Is that right? I like that with the Derby. Who just said about a Derby? Nice Derby hat, says William. Yeah, why not? Let's throw that in. Right? If we could fit it, I'm sure we could fit it. Derby hat. In fact, put that before all this nonsense. Derby hat. It's really just a derby, but we'll put in Derby hat. Not hot. Hats. It's tough words to spell like hat. That trip me up. All right, another groovy ad. These are cool ads, aren't they? They're unique stuff. What question do we have about Rhode Island? Well, I guess the primary question I would have is, what are you talking about with this New York thing in Rhode Island? You said anybody from Rhode Island would know, but since I would venture to guess most of us aren't from Rhode Island, so I'd like you to fill us in on what that is. Because honestly, I have no idea. And the people want to know. Paper straw. I hate paper straws. They get disgusting when you... Disney is using paper straws now, ever since the Save the Planet stuff. Don't get me started, folks. Don't get me started. But yeah, they started using paper straws. They're disgusting. All right. That would be the end of our beverage. Oh, no, it would not. End of the beverages. We're just warming up. You got the Schlitz. Beer has its own category, but there's no branding in it. It's just a beer. Boom. Breweriana, which I'm trying so hard to pronounce correctly. You keep missing comments, and then you only know because Marty's responding to them. You have to keep reloading. So if anyone said something to me and felt ignored, that's why. No reason to be apologetic, Dawn. Yeah, that's a good call, Dawn. Dawn travels, has straw will travel. I can't stand the paper straws. They really are disgusting. They kind of like dissolve as you're drinking through them. Absolutely disgusting. Biff Boffo, give me your code, man. Schlitzbier. Nope, missed the letter there, didn't I? That's it for the. Makes it really simple. Look at that. That's the only specifics we have. The company, the brand. Schlitzbier, Real Gusto. What's that guy eating? Gonna have to blow this up and see what he's eating. He's enjoying that beer, though, isn't he? Real Gusto. Or as they say in the hood, Gusto. Right, Enzo? It's a great light beer. We got to see what he's eating, though. There's more to this story. What is that? Is that a hard-boiled egg? What in the name of God is this guy eating, folks? Well, let's see if it's written in the thing first. Nope, just beer. What is he eating, folks? Oh, look at this. May is National Tavern Month. What are we eating? It almost looks like a half-eaten hard-boiled egg. Yes, I agree, Susan. Is it really, CJ? Why don't you just refresh? It looks like it's working fine on my side, guys. Then if the chat, I don't want, I could take blame for the camera. I'm not taking blame for the chat. That's all YouTube. So just try to refresh. A burrito? I don't think so. It's a little bit long to be a hard-boiled egg, though, isn't it? William will not use a metal straw unless he's sitting down. Makes him a bit nervous. Now, that's also very interesting and revealing comment, William. I'd like to learn more about why you're frightened about walking around with a metal straw. No egg cream. How about a nice cold glass of coffee milk? Okay. Ice milk? Not ice milk. Iced coffee, you mean? Oh, here we go. There's a story about a metal straw. We're still waiting for Rhode Island. We got pending issues outstanding. We got to find out about Rhode Island. I need to know what's going on with a metal straw and why you can't walk around with one. Did somebody sit on a metal straw and it went up the Gigas rack? If that's the story, then I understand the fear. CJ keeps reloading. I wonder what's going on. Some lady was carrying a tray of drinks and tripped, and one of them went through her eye and she died. Oh my God. Impaled by a metal straw. I think it's an egg too. I mean, the thought of eating a hard boiled, which doesn't even look, it looks like a quasi soft boiled egg, which is putrid, and chugging down a beer with it is just a repulsive combination. I hope everybody agrees with that. What is a grown man doing with a half-eaten hard-boiled egg in his hand, first of all? In a beer ad. Just makes no sense. It's a nonsensical advertisement. I'm against it. When you're out of Schlitz, you're out of beer. Yep, that's their little slogan. Sure. Beer that made Milwaukee famous. Am I going to put hard-boiled egg? Just because, again, how often do you get to put hard-boiled egg in your title? I should put hard-boiled egg question mark. Made Mill, as I try to spell Milwaukee. Looks like I did it. Holy God. We're just going to settle on that. That's a hard-boiled egg for whatever reason. A childhood friend got a plastic straw shoved into his throat, had to go to the hospital. My God. It's half-eaten because he ate half of it. No, I know. It's just strange. Like, why is he? I don't know. It's an odd combo to me. Maybe in Canada people eat. Is it pickled? I'm trying to blow that up as. It's got to be an egg. Like, even look at like the way it's like. That's how an egg would kind of look after you bite into it, right? It's not nice and neat. I don't know if it's pickled though, CJ. That guy's got clean nails, folks. As we zoom in. Look at this Biff with the coming through. Yeah, it's an egg. The incredible edible egg, Dawn. Got to be an egg. What else is white like that with that thickness and a big yellow slimy thing in the middle? I don't know who has eggs with beer, Enzo. These are clearly strange people. Then again, we're talking the Midwest, so. Haha, joke. Yeah, that's got to be a hard-boiled egg. In Rhode Island, they call small diners New York systems. I'd love to know what systems comes from. Don't know why. They sell wieners. That's funny. Burgers, fries, and such. Cool. There you go. Instead of just calling it a diner, they add New York systems to the word. That's kind of strange. I agree, Joni. It's just a brutal even if it is an egg, it's got to be an egg, because what else could it be? But brutal combination. CJ says they were on bars everywhere. A hard-boiled egg? Whoa. All right, we're going to go with it. I mean, it's in the title, folks, so it's gospel at this point. Are you guys on Android? Yeah, maybe it's some kind of... It's definitely not... I'm streaming... you guys know this, right? I know you can't see me right now, but on my left side is a different computer, and I have a live stream of YouTube, which is like 10 seconds behind what I'm actually saying, and it's flowing quite well, quite normally. Maybe it is an Android thing. Not sure. All right, but let's get rid of this beer and egg combo. It's just not for me. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. Just not for me. CJ also on... Yeah, maybe it's an Android thing. All right, let's see what is up next. Big jar, pickled eggs. All right, we're down to cigarettes and cars, I think. Then we have this one. Let's go to this one. Maytag. Washer dryer. There is an appliance category for sure. I don't remember if Maytag has its own, but we will find out shortly. Maytag. Some kind of update coming through? Yeah, that must be what's going on. Kegs and eggs, says Patient Picker. I like it. The thing is, I'm a huge fan of beer. I like a hard-boiled egg for breakfast. I like them cold. The combination sounds rather stomach churning to me. But who knows? Maybe don't knock it till you try it kind of scenario. I'm not sure. Didn't know it was a thing. Why the show is so wonderful. Every single show we learn things like this. It really is amazing, because you got people from all over the country, sometimes different countries, like Dawn. And you do learn a lot about regional differences and regional products. It's fascinating stuff. We had 11 good reasons for buying a Maytag. They have 11 kids. All right, so we're going to go Maytag. Everything else is filled in. We're in the appliances category. In my store category, we will go to household. I think I just have a household. Yeah, household items. Put washer, dryer. And we'll put 11 children. Large family. And that's without even looking at the yeah. Not surprising if the young ladies at right look familiar. They're the famous Lennon sisters, seen and heard by millions of on Lawrence Walk. Well, there you go. This is why we blow this up, folks. So strike the whole children. Well, we'll put 11 children, but we'll put Lennon sisters. 11 children, and we'll put Inga Dinga Durgan, Lawrence Welk. Avana Natu. Used to watch Lawrence Welk. My grandmother was a huge fan of Lawrence Welk. Who doesn't love Lawrence Welk? Come on. That's a cool ad, folks. That's why we blow them up. See, I wouldn't have known that. I thought it was just about the 11 kids, which is pretty cool. But that's why we blow this up. Look at that. Lawrence Welk on ABC. I like it. I like it. And once again, we have hit people that collect Lawrence Welk, people that collect Lennon Sisters, people collect appliance ads. That was your question. Do you add the reference to radio, TV, or the Queen? Absolutely. The Queen, I don't know what the Queen has to do with anything. But yes, absolutely. That's funny, Biff. No, that would not be John Lennon. That would be the Lennon Sisters. They were just a poor man's Andrews Sisters, a couple chicks singing. Not related. And Steven used to eat pickled eggs all the time on drunken Friday nights. But yeah, Eve, I do yeah, stuff like that. You'll see this all the time, right? With especially in radio days, you have like Bob Hope standing there plugging, a cigarette ad or whatever. And on the bottom right, it'll say something like, listen to Bob Hope's NBC radio show every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Something like that. I'll definitely indicate that, yes, if you can. But definitely Lawrence Welk. In fact, we're going to put, no offense to the 11 kids, we're going to put Lawrence Welk in front of, keeping to that idea that you should have your best keywords up front. How did I suddenly not have enough space? Hold on. Hold the phone. Okay, there we go. You've seen a few makeup ads referencing Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth. Well, I say anytime you get a chance to put Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, God rest her soul, you get it in the ad, absolutely. Yep. You get it in the listing, yes. I concur. Drunken nights eating pickled hard-boiled eggs. That could lead to a devastating morning after, if you ask me. Gastrointestinal issues abound. There you go. William's going to make his own fresh batch. It's kind of funny. Yeah, definitely, Eve. I think it's interesting that the makeup ads that have the Queen, though. That's very nice. All right. We're down to a precious few now. We're down to cigarettes and cars exclusively. Let's do this first car ad because I think it's a nice looking ad. And again, we have multiple things going on. We have an airport with jets, and we have the car. Nice looking car, too. Chevy. Which absolutely, if I could spell it correctly, has its own category. As we'll see right here. Right there. Boom. Why is it Cadillac? Because I hit the wrong thing. Chevrolet. Steven says, Eve says, Yardley complexion. Oh, yeah, I've seen the Yardley ads. Eve, did you see the video I released on Friday night? It's a what sold kind of video. The first ad that's featured in there is for makeup and perfume. I think it's a perfume ad. Dawn, did you see that? $80 on that ad. And I have a lot of those in different forms. It has a seal on the ad. Very cool. Steven says his father used to make big jugs of pickled eggs to have at the basement bar. Everyone loved them. You got to try them. You did? Cool. Yeah, was that nice, Eve? Those are beautiful. That I think Dawn said she loves those too. They really are like truly artwork. Yeah, with the art you love. Yep. And I don't have a bunch, but I have like maybe 10 of those, different variants on that specific ad. So it's pretty cool to know. If you have one, price them up, guys. Don't sell them for $10. All right, so we have the Chevrolet. It is a 2-page. Let me just get that in there, like we did earlier in the show. And again, down here, I put it in there. I put 2 separate pages. And we'll mark that up because it is 2 separate pages. Let's check out, I don't remember exactly what vehicle it was. The model, there you go. But it's from 62, we know that. Let's pull up the big version. Chevy Impala, 4-door sports sedan, jet smooth. Impala. So we'll put that down below in the specifics where it says model Impala. 4-door sedan, but we're going to go with airport jet smooth. Let's see, what other words can you guys come up with here? Terminal 3-4. I was going to put family, but that's pretty cool. The kids are wearing the captain's hats. That's pretty funny. Nice looking car, though, isn't it? Cars had character. Cars are so cookie cutter nowadays. Can't stand that. No branding on the tail, but that's okay. Otherwise, we could have captured, like if that said TWA, boom, we would have put it in, but it doesn't. But I'm happy just the fact that it has, you have people, again, that will collect airport stuff, airplane stuff, and car collectors. So we get a chance to sell to both of them. Excuse me. Jet Smooth. Journey is just as jaunty. It's a tongue twister. Anything else you guys might want to point out in this one? Could kind of read along here. Body by Fisher. Dawn knows a little thing or two about Body by Fisher ads. Division of General Motors, Detroit. White wall tires. Are those white wall tires, or they have to be thicker? It's a handsome looking vehicle, though. I like it. I think that's good. White wall says Susan. Yeah, that's what I was just asking. Let's put it in there. Thank you for concurring, Susan. I appreciate that. Boom. Biff says he priced that up. Yeah, from $20. Oh, hold on. I'm going to try my camera again. Hold on, folks. I want to see if it works. It's driving me nuts that it's not working. We're going to give it another try. Am I? Yay! Good. When in doubt, turn it off and turn it back on. It's funny how that works. Thanks for putting up with that nonsense, folks. Sorry about that. All right. What did we just finish off with? The Impala, right? Okay. All right. Let us continue. Might as well bang out the rest of the ads. There's only a handful left. If you guys are up for it, it's 8:30. Can't see the screen because I'm not sharing it. That's okay. That's a known issue. Now you'll see it. There we go. Okay. Shoot, we do have another 2-page. Let's just do that one. This is for Esso gasoline. Gas station. Used to be all over the place too. You don't see Esso anymore. Ta-da! Not Enzo, Esso. Esso Enzo. Put this into car, which I think I forgot to do on the Chevy. We'll fix that post-show. Automobile is what I call it. So print ad. And I shouldn't have changed the 2-page because this is also a 2-page. Did I leave that? Yes, I did. All right, so 2-page. Let's see what's going on in this. Is that like a geyser? Is that Old Faithful? I'm going to have to take a look. That is Old Faithful, folks. Yellowstone. What are we doing again in this ad? We're potentially attracting different types of collectors in one advertisement. Car guys, national park people, America's leading energy, Humble Oil and Refining Company. What's this little guy? Happy motoring. That's the Esso Flame. I'm sure there's nothing dangerous about that whatsoever. Humble leading energy company. Old Faithful erupts the live steam and boiling water. The skies would have to form 100 years to equal the energy supplies every 66 minutes. Anybody ever been out to Yellowstone? I have not. I would love to go to Yellowstone. This is Flippin' and I. We want to take the California Zephyr. Is that what it's called? The famous train that goes from Chicago out to, I think it's San Francisco is its terminus. You go through the Rockies and all that stuff. We'd love to do that. Yellowstone is a hot keyword right now. Why do you say that, Greg? Talk to me. I had no problem selling another $80 print ad. Trust me. No, I don't think it's that much, but why would Yellowstone be a hot keyword? A flame or a drop of oil. Yeah. CJ has been. TV show. You went to Yellowstone in 2017, road trip from Kentucky. Very cool. See, that's a fun trip. Steam looks like a camel. It looks like a dog scratching under his chin. See the nose, little eyes. Looks like Goofy. There's his back and there's his foot. He's going like this. The TV Yellowstone new season. There's a show. Okay. Cool. You think that would have any bearing on the ad, though? It's about Yellowstone Park? National Park? Old Faithful. Geyser. How do you spell geyser? Certain words you don't have to spell very often. Geyser? No, absolutely not. Geyser. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you. Each day humble. I guess we got to put humble in there. I don't know. Is Humble the parent company of Esso or the other way around? We would have to perform 100 years to equal the energy Humble supplies America in a day. If you would like a reprint of this advertisement, there you go. You can get a print of this. Just write Humble Oil and Refining. Humble Oil and Refining. All right, so Humble is the parent company. We're going to mark it up. We're going to mark it up because Kevin said to mark. Did Kevin say to mark it up? No, Greg said to mark it up. Humble Oil. Humble Oil. Thank you. And it's 2 pages, which automatically commands a premium. All right, let's mark it up. You know what? Let's mark it up. We take offers here. You know? If somebody wants to spend $40 on this, I'll take the money. Thank you for the help on that one, guys. We're getting a lot of listings done tonight. I had 18 ads, and it looks like we're going to come close. If not, definitely going to complete them. We'll see. It's about 20 to 9. Got 3 more car ads. Can we get through 3 more car ads? Yeah, let's do it. What's this one? What do we got? This way out of the ordinary. It's a Ford. Can you go wrong with a Ford? All right, we're done with the 2 pages. Man, I need to find someone to watch Yellowstone. You don't have Paramount subscription. You've seen all of it so far. Is it about, I really don't know, folks. Please don't make fun of me. I don't know TV at all. But is it about the park? Is it a show about the park? What is it about? Let's see what kind of Ford that is. That is a Ford Fairlane? Yes, Ford Fairlane. 500 Sports Coupe. Again, we got a yachting kind of guy. And we got another hat, straw hat. Sure. I don't know if it's yachting or if it's just like... Speaking of Rhode Island, this looks like a very Rhode Island-ish image. How many ads do I list in a day? I should say I'm consistent, Eve, but I'm not. Like, because I have a clothing store now, I've been putting a lot of emphasis into the clothing store just because it's yielding me a lot more money, quite frankly. But my passion is still with this stuff. This stuff is typically what they call long tail. It takes a while to sell. So I was on a streak where I was listing 100 ads a day. I am not doing that right now. It's not to say I can't or won't again, but I was doing like 100 a day. Now I kind of just do whatever I feel like doing. Like tonight, we'll get 18 in for what it's worth on this show. I listed some Christmas postcards this morning because 'tis the season. So I'm kind of jumping around. But when I get in a roll, I can list 100 of these a day without breaking a sweat, quite frankly. The hardest part of it is scanning them, and it's not hard to do. It's just time consuming to scan enough ads, from the magazines. Like this one, you figured 18. I already listed some. So let's say I got like 25 ads. We'd need roughly 4 magazines a day to chop up 25 ads out of them. And it just takes a little time. The hardest part by far is prepping, the biggest time suck. But yeah, conceptually, I'd like to you do 100 a day for a few days in a row, you're going to sell a lot of print ads. They're going to start, you list your sell, as somebody once said, right? So I would recommend if you can do something like that. But whatever it is, if you have enough to list 5 a day, then do 5 a day. It never hurts to list things, that's for sure. But in my heyday, I was doing 100. It's not about a park. It's about a ranch that borders the park. Okay. Like Dallas? Cool. I love those kind of tails. It looks like a rocket. That's awesome. The light. All right. Falcon Fairlane. What do we got? Ford Fairlane. Can't spell Fairlane either. Is it L-A-I-N? How do you spell Fairlane? F-A-I-L-A-N-E. Isn't that what I had? Ford Fairlane. If you like crafting, it's therapeutic to cut apart magazines. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I don't mind cutting them up. I enjoy that too. Like I like thumbing through and picking which ones I'm going to list. It's really just a time thing. The physical time it takes to do that, and then the physical time it takes to scan them. It just takes, some time to scan them. Not a lot of time, but time nonetheless. Is it a 500 Sports Coupe? Looks like we might have listed one of these before because see how they're populated automatically? That's kind of cool. I think it is a 500 Sports Coupe. Was it? Yes, it is. Beautiful. All right, so what are you going to do, folks? Would you put sailing? Would you put, what is this guy doing? Oh, he's reaching into the center console thing. I see. What would you guys put? Boating, sailing? Let's see if it says anything in the ad itself. I don't know what's going on with her hat. That's not a very 1960. It looks like more like 1862, 1892 kind of a hat. Looks like a Farrell's hat, actually. People are dressed up at Farrell's used to wear stuff like that. What do you guys put? Sailing, boating, yachting date, says Greg. Yeah, my first inclination was yacht because of the guy's hat. But then you look at the image. I don't know if it's a yacht necessarily. It could just be sailboats. Still nice, but I think it's more like sailboats. Maybe we'll put sailboats. But yeah, they're definitely dating. Yeah, it's like a sailboat, right? Live it up with a lively one from Ford. Live it up indeed. I agree with that. I'm gonna hit a few of them. Sailing. How about sailboat? We'll put yacht in. I don't think the yacht police are out to get us tonight. Date, why not? Man, woman, young couple. What do you think? This way out of the ordinary. It doesn't really make any sense for the purposes of a title or a keyword. There are sailing yachts. Yeah, definitely. I don't know. When I hear yacht, I picture this big, grandiose thing. I mean, that might be huge. We can't really tell from the distance. I got both words in there, right? I got sailboat and I got yacht. So hopefully that covers all of our maritime needs for the evening. Let's list that one. I don't know if we have any more Ford ads, so I'll leave Ford in there just for fun. Maybe smuggling for extra backstory and intrigue. Yeah. Yeah. Did you see that bag? I don't know what was going on with that. He had like a strange little bag about his person. Oh man, my back, folks. My back. Oy vey. Let's go to the Caddo. Because why not? Got a yellow Cadillac. You've all heard of the pink Cadillac. We got a yellow Cadillac. Cadillac obviously also has its own category right there. Was there a firearm in that center console? Yeah, he was reaching in for something nefarious. Print ad. That's what we're listing tonight, folks. That's what we list. Print ads. Yeah, Eve, do you have like a listing goal on a daily basis or anything like that when it comes to ads or anything else you might list in your store? Just think it's a good practice to list something every day. That's for sure. If you want to be disciplined and say, I'm going to do X amount every day, then even better. But I think it's just a matter of making sure something gets in there. eBay likes activity. And that's one of the definitions of activity for sure is listing. I probably had those overpriced by accident, but that's all right. Maybe somebody will buy it for $40. Forgot to change that, didn't I? All right, Cadillac. Let's take a look. I always have to do post-show edits because sometimes because I'm looking at different screens and all, and we're talking, I'm not concentrating as much as I probably should if I was just doing this alone. And I make mistakes like that. Kind of looks like a dinner party. I'm trying to think of a word to use for that. That's a handsome looking vehicle as well. Sedan DeVille, jeweled V and crest created by Black Star and Gorham. Sedan DeVille. Which we'll put into, I think it says model down there. Maybe not. Just Cadillac, I guess, is all they want in this one. It's okay with me? Yeah, very, very Catherine Hepburn, absolutely. You haven't listed an ad since June of 2023. You went wild for a couple of months and got about 2,400 up and sold 2 today. Interesting. After not listing for over a year? Not listing ads, I should say, for over a year. Yeah, it's a funny market. You know, if people want something and they're searching for it and you have it, it'll sell. There's no real time frame. In general, yeah, they can take long to sell. But again, I've done videos about this. I've also listed ads on a show that's sold during the show, and I've listed ads that sell, you know, the night after I list, and then I list ads that sit there for literally 3-4 years. So it's everything in between. It really is. It's just a very unique niche. It's not like selling jeans where people need jeans every day and buy jeans every day or T-shirts, and you know, it's just it's a unique niche. Yeah, but that's great to see that you sold 2. Enzo, I'm sorry, I missed your question. How many ads do you scan before you list? I kind of do it together. Like if I was doing the 100 a day thing, when I was disciplined enough to do that, it's not a matter of discipline. It's a matter of I have other things. I'm cultivating another store that's really doing well for me with clothing. But anyway, when I was doing, 50 to 100 a day with the ads, I would just scan them all in one fell swoop. So like in that case, I would take 4 or 5 magazines, scan them all, have them in folders just like you see here, but I would make a folder and I would title it. I would put May 62 Life. And if the other issue was Saturday Evening Post, I'd make a folder and I'd write 1939 Saturday Evening Post and so on. And then just have them all ready and then sit down kind of like we're doing on the show, but without any talking or anything. And I just, breeze through and get a bunch listed. It's an easy thing to get listed once you have all your systems in place and, provided you have a decent scanner and all. But again, you could use a phone, you could use a camera, you could use whatever you have. Take a good picture of a piece of paper. Hopefully you guys agree. I mean, again, look at the detail. This is what the scanner I use, and it's very convenient. It does a nice job scanning everything cleanly. You don't get like shades of light. You don't get any warps from like the camera moving up and down slightly. I just like to use it. But it does take time. It takes, 5 seconds to scan an ad. You have to physically put it on the scanner, close it, hit scan, lift it up, take the ad off, put the next ad on. It's just there's a bit of labor. But I mean, if that's the hardest job I'm doing on a daily basis, I could live with that. Audrey Hepburn. Did I say Katharine Hepburn? Audrey Hepburn. Yeah, of course. You'd price up the caddy just a bit. It's a nice ad. They're all beautiful ads. The scanner is where you're still behind. You're stuck using your phone. That's okay. You do it until if you have the means one day. It doesn't have to be by selling ads to get enough money together to get a scanner, but whatever you have to do, man, there's no shame at all. The phones, again, the cameras on the phones are just incredible nowadays. For me, it's just like if you have some kind of a stand or something to place your camera on, so it's always kind of consistently straight, then that's a great system too. And Dawn uses her phone for the large ads. Did I say Katharine Hepburn? Yes, Audrey Hepburn. How could two legendary actors have the same last name? What's going on with that? That's not right. Just to confuse simple folk like me. Cadillac value, the car traditionally returns a higher. So it's a very understated, they're classy Cadillac. Understated, not a lot of, we're the best and all that stuff. Just a classy, minimalist statement. What's up, Charles? How you doing? Welcome to the show. With a beautiful image. Yeah, very, very, very Audrey Hepburn looking. Kind of like Weekend at Tiffany's look to her. I should put Audrey Hepburn, but I'm not going to do that. I don't even know that I need to put anything else. What would you guys put? What would you guys put in here? All I have right now is Cadillac Sedan. Cadillac Sedan DeVille, excuse me, which I've misspelled for some reason. As I said, mistakes are made sometimes when you're on the show. Anything else? Any other cool keywords? I mean, I want to make some kind of, I want to speak to the image of the people in the background, but is it like a dinner party? What you guys put? He's got the white tux. Greg has framed ads in your bathroom, a yellow 53 Cadillac and the other is a yellow 36 Buick. Both convertibles, beautiful. Put yellow in there. Yeah, why not? Yellow dress, yellow Cadillac. Sure. Yellow dress. I'm going to put dinner party just for fun. Really can't determine what's going on there, but formal. Formal's a good word. Thank you, Greg. I like that. Yeah, formal wear, dress wear, dinner party. I think that's good, right? People know when they're searching for a Cadillac what they want. They might want a specific car, they want a specific model, a specific year. So that one's good. We like the word elegant. Yeah, we do like the word elegant. I enjoy a bit of elegance now and then. All right, pushing 9 o'clock, guys. 2-hour show for the price of one. Not bad. Please do leave a thumbs up if you haven't left a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it before the night is over. All right, we got one more car ad, and I think I might call it a night at that point. The lock. Got to see where that is. It looks like Southwest desert kind of thing. Studebaker no longer exists, so people collect them. I have many a Studebaker ad. Many have sold. Some have not yet, but eventually they will. What else does one need, William? Look at that. Just read William's sentence right there. It says it all. I love when they fill stuff in for us. 62. I just put lock in that. And away we go. This one I'm going to price up because of the uniqueness of a Studebaker, which isn't around anymore. And then I'm kind of digging the scene. Let's see what's going on. I think Dawn has a t-shirt with that, right? What else does one need? I just want to know where we are. Grand Canyon or something? No. Look at those trees, folks. Some thick palm trees, I guess. Those are cool looking cars. Aren't they cool? Lovely locks follow the sun. Luxurious Daytona hardtop with the exclusive sunroof, powerful, spacious lock wagon, and a sweetheart of the line, the lively Daytona convertible. Yeah, it's a nice looking set of vehicles. That's a nice looking scene. I was really hoping it would say, Death Valley in the corner or something, so we knew where that was. Anybody know where this is? Anybody have any inkling? Fantastic trees. I know. What kind of trees are they? I'm assuming a palm tree, but those are some thick. Sedona? What did I say? Death Valley. Yeah, it's obviously southwest somewhere. Got a little something going on the griddle. I hate to say it, looks like a giant thing of eggs again. Yeah, I really, usually like we saw in some of the other ads, in the bottom it would say something like, Sedona, or, we could always cheat and slide this into the good old Google images, right? Never hurt anybody. Just in case maybe somebody else knows where this is. Terrible pricing, $9.93. What is that about? Oh, sorry, Greg. No, I'm kidding. Could you imagine? Instagram. Palm Springs, folks. This is the actual image. Look at that. That's the real image where it came from. The Daytona Wagoneer, Palm Springs. We found it. We found it. Yeah, this will be priced up because this is a very cool ad. Palm Springs, California, right? What does jeweled V crest mean, Susan? Is that one of the models? Or is that the type of the tree? But that's the actual picture, folks. Look at that. That's a framed photo. Tom Kelly's 62 image. Those are cool looking cars. Anybody else agree? All right, let's get some of the models in there. Like, what did it say? Daytona hardtop. We'll put Daytona because that keeps coming up. You've getting a lot of good use from Google image search. Definitely a help for military memorabilia, death pile. Oh yeah, it's great for a myriad of product. Absolutely. In the clothing world, which I find myself in, it really helps a lot. But yeah, it could be, obviously we just saw its use right here. Let's put Daytona because that's mentioned. Daytona, what was it? Hardtop? What was the artist's name? Tom Kelly. Let's look up Tom Kelly, American photographer. Photographed Hollywood celebrities in the 40s and 50s. You know what? We're going to put him in. We're going to put him in if he fits. Desert palm trees. I can't fit it. You can get rid of California. California is a good keyword, though. Also recommend Yandex image search. Cool. I have not heard of that. That's an alternative to Google. When does Google ever fail? Is that possible? Yeah, I like the desert palm tree. I like that. In fact, I think I like that more than Daytona. What a groovy image. But we talked about this earlier. We could put a custom specific in there, which we will do. Photographer. Tom Kelly. And that's a perfect use of the specific, custom specific. I have yeah, because of Palm Springs. How about just desert trees then? Cuban petticoat palm, really? Oh, the Cadillac crested jewel, I see. That was an ad before. It's a nice image, though, isn't it? Excuse me. Daytona. Let's see if we could. Now we could probably fit Daytona back in there. There we go. All right, guys. This one, I like this one. Marking that one up. Just because we can. Good stuff. Really unique ads tonight. Always like when that happens. Alrighty. Thank you guys for putting up with the technical issues. Sorry about that. Don't know what to attribute it to, but I am glad that we got it fixed just in time for the end of the show. Thank you very much, guys. If you do, please, if you haven't yet, please leave a thumbs up on the video. If you're watching and you're not a subscriber, may I appeal to you, please subscribe to the channel. Love to have you aboard. Love to have some more folks aboard on the channel. Opportunity to talk like this with more people and get more advice from people and learn things from people. That's what it's all about. I love doing this job. It's a wonderful thing. Hope you all do too. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see. I might even come back on Friday. I won't commit to it, but this is the first Monday show in a long time because, as I mentioned, probably in the early summer, late spring, a lot of time off with Beatles shows and stuff, but that's kind of slowed down a bit. And unfortunately, it's going to be continuing to slow down. Not unfortunately. One of our band members is expecting their first child in January. So we purposely did not book any shows in January, February. So I have 2 months where I know I'll be here every day, and we'll probably do, back to like a Monday, Friday schedule during that time period for sure. But I really appreciate you guys coming in, and thank you very much for spending time with me tonight. We'll see if we come back on Friday. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll surprise everybody. But thanks, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful night, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.